Hello everyone! Welcome back to more Halloween Time. Today we'll be playing Home. This is made by the same developer who made Worse Than Death, a game we played last year for Halloween Time. And you know, Home looked like a nice little, short, fun little game for us to have and enjoy. So I thought, let's give it a go. Let's give it a shot. Now, I have seen this before, but I was kinda... it's like one of those, you watched it, but you weren't really paying attention to it because you were doing something else, and you were just kind of listening to it to the background. But again, it's a little weird to explain. Does anyone ever do that? You know, you're kind of like doing a bunch of other shit, but you kind of have like another Let's Player in the background kind of talking, playing games, but you're not really focusing on the gameplay at all. You're just doing other shit because you got shit to do, but you still want to help the Let's Player because you want them to support their watch time and shit like that. Yeah, that was very long. Okay. Alright, anyway, this is Home. We played another game from the same developer, but let's check out the original, the Home. What is Home? I don't even know. Let's press space and find out. Your game will be saved automatically at certain points. However, we recommend you put aside an hour and a half and complete Home in a single sitting. Alright, sounds fair. Turn up the sound. Turn off the lights. Oh my god, this is already a terrible game. Any game that says turn off your lights, it's already a bad, terrible game. I mean, aren't these assholes inconsiderate too? I mean, my eyesight is shit already. I can't, I don't want to do anything to make it worse, okay? Come on now. All I remembered at that point was finding myself alone. Do I use mouse? Okay, mouse. Oh, my head. Where was I? It was so dark. There was something by my feet. A flashlight. Ta-da! That's us. Oh, look at that. Yeah! Can we go down? No. Just yeah. Yeah! We are lamp in the air, baby! Pom-poms in the air, baby! Woo! Okay. How do I... Okay, space, okay. The house. Where was I? Okay, these controls are not that great, I would say. Oh my god! There was a body lying on the floor. Who was it? I'm saying the controls are a little weird because I have to use my mouse to go through the dialogue, have to press the arrow keys to move left and right, and then I have to push spacebar to interact with stuff. I didn't recognize his face. He was still kind of warm. And no, I cannot use space to enter of any kind. I cannot hit enter as enter. Shift is shift. Ah! Okay, I broke the game doing that. Okay, don't do what I just did and push 5 million keys. That fucks everything over, okay? But okay, there's a dead guy. And there's a kitty! Oh, kitty, come back! Kitty! 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 What the fuck is this? And just water leaking. Water leaking, alright. Books? The disc had a computer and some papers on it, and a single drawer. I didn't want to snoop, but... Did I open the drawer? Yes, we need to figure out what the fuck is going on! Receipts, pens, and a blurry photo. Looked like a store of some kind. Why did this look so familiar? I don't know. What the fuck? Blood on the wall. It smelled fresh and sickening. I realized there was blood on my shoes and pants. Oh man, I had to get out of there. Yeah, I don't want to end up like that guy who lost all that blood right there. Alright, so I guess we'll go through this door. I noticed I limped as I moved down the stairs. How did I hurt my leg? I wondered. All I could really recall was coming home, seeing Rachel. I was upset. She looked afraid. I shook my head and tried to clear it. I know I should head downstairs, try to find a way out. Oh, okay. So who is this Rachel? Well, I guess we went home and she was there, so maybe like girlfriend or something? The shelf was full of books on local history and hunting. Seemed like the owner of the house really knew the area. Oh, okay. Okay, there's a door there before we enter it. Let's explore somewhere else. There's more stairs, okay. A thin gray mouse was stuck in a trap. It looked frantic but exhausted. Did I free it? Sure. Why the fuck not? We're not gonna regret that in any shape, way, or form. What is this? A collection of rusty tools. These looked like they'd seen a lot of use and were caked in damp-smelling dirt. Why weren't they in a shed? I don't know, we just felt like putting them there, I guess? Or somebody did? I don't know. Is this my house, even? I don't know. I found a picture of a couple. It looked like it'd been moved a lot. There seemed to be a switch behind it. Did I push the switch? It pressed smoothly into the wall. I heard a faraway click somewhere. Okay. Interesting. That kind of looks like us. Just a little bit. Do you see the resemblance? I can see the resemblance. Maybe this is our house. We just don't remember. I don't know. Okay, that goes downstairs, but what's this one way over here? What's going on with it? Tell me your story, door. That was really loud with creaking noise. Holy shit. An old dining table covered in dirty dishes for 2 people. There were dozens of beer cans and other liquor bottles among the dishes. The smell was turning my stomach. Yeah, alcohol can probably do that to some people. Black and white photo. Looks like the man upstairs. And his wife, I guess. There was no reason for me to keep this. Did I take it? I slipped the photo into my pocket. Maybe this would help me find some answers. There's a photo of them upstairs? Or did he mean across the hall? I'm confused, but whatever. And I do think it's kind of interesting that the doors and the stairs are kind of like what they did in classic Resident Evil games. It looked like hell. My clothes were dirty and torn, and there was mud caked all over my shoes. Ugh. There's a door. Let's see if the door alone. The front door is blocked by a pile of furniture. I knew I had to find another way out. Okay. So not that way. That's fine. Don't need to worry about it. That was loud. The door was taped up and seemed to be stuck, but the smell, I guess, led to the kitchen. You could tell it's the kitchen by the smell? Is somebody's cooking in there? Hey! Cook me a grilled cheese sandwich! Whoever's in there! I really want a grilled cheese sandwich. I mean, I'm not too picky about what kind of cheese. Any cheese is fine. Just as long as it's a cheese sandwich. You know, bread, cheese, second slice of bread. It's all good. Yeah. They heard me, I'm sure they did. The switch in the wall appeared to have unlocked the door. Ah, perfect. And unlocked this. Cool. Is that a crib or a cage? Can't tell. The box looked heavy, but there were marks on the floor. It had obviously been moved before. Okay. Maybe I found a way out. I must have moved it, right? I heaved the box forward and it finally gave. Alright, that leads to somewhere, I think, so let's continue. Hopefully. Whoop. Hey! Somebody got my grilled cheese sandwich order! Check it out! There were sheets of paper all over the kitchen table. It looked like a series of names were written down, but they were too smudged to read. I could only make out a few of the notes. Key card, locker, lost one, I promise. It didn't make much sense at the time. Okay. There's something going... Oh, it's a mouse! Okay, I was like... What the fuck was up with that? Okay, but we're fine. Fine. Got achievement. Don't worry about the achievement. Is all there was to it? Just this? The smell of food and dishes, moldy food, was dizzying. Okay. Nobody took my grilled cheese sandwich order, you goddamn fuckers! I really wanted a grilled cheese! Okay, there's that. What's this door? bathroom was spotless. Everything had been wiped to a sheen. I wonder if it was the man's wife who did the cleaning, or him. Who knows? There's a photo development tray lying on the floor. Some leftover negatives were sticking out, but they were pretty blurry. I thought I saw what looked like treetops. Okay. No, nothing else other than just flavor text. Alright. Alright, let's go down the stairs. And all the way over there. Never got my fucking credentials. I wanted that goddamn grilled cheese, okay? There was a ladder going underground where the box was. A dank smell rose from the passage. Did I climb down the ladder? Well, I see no other way going down, or other way to go other than down, so might as well. I looked again at the photo, and I found the house. The couple looked distant, like they didn't want to be in the same picture. Uh-oh. Ah, I hate this click thing. I wondered where the wife was. My leg was in terrible shape. I had to get out. Footprints in the dirt. Looked like more than one kind, and a lot of traffic. Okay. Places all over were marked in the old map of town. The industrial area near the river. Various houses, and even the water tower near the old rail station. Okay. Why is... We're not taking the map? Okay. No need to take a fucking map, everybody. Newspaper clippings from the local paper. They were all about murders in town over the last few years. Wait. There are photos. Photos of our house? What the hell is that about? Maybe I should have looked around more. Try to find some kind of information. I thought we looked everywhere. Or at least as far as we could. I thought we did fine. Maybe we didn't. Maybe we missed something. A work table, covered it in papers, dirt, and a handgun. I hated guns. 'Cause this ain't America! I didn't take it, did I? Yes. I took the small handgun into my pocket. Its weight was somehow reassuring. Gotta make sure, you know, in case some bozo comes for us, we're prepared. Ah, more ladder. That was a ladder. Okay. It was so dark down there, and the air smelled stale and putrid. I couldn't believe what I saw. What was with this place? Okay. There's like a ladder. Door. The desk looked old and was caked with grime. On it was a stack of old faded paper covered with what looked like names. They were scratched out and illegible notes were written beside them in faded blue ink. I could only make out a few letters. Okay, whatever. None of it made any sense to me. Neither did... Yeah, it didn't make sense to me either. Don't worry, buddy. What the fuck is this? Some BDSM shit went to shit. There looked to be bones half dug into the ground, and the remains looked old. The faded clothes that stuck up amongst the dirt looked familiar. They looked like the clothes that woman was wearing in the photo I found. Was this the man's wife? Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no, she didn't use a safe word. That's what happened. She didn't use a safe word, and before she realized it was too late that she died. Aw. Aw, I'm so sorry, dude. You gotta be careful when you do BDSM shit, okay? Gotta be careful. Make sure you have this safe word, and it's okay, it's consensual, it's all good, just... Damn. So make sure you have your safe word, okay? That's the main story. Otherwise you end up like that woman. Dead in the basement, where you do your BDSM shit. Crudely made shells. They looked like they were holding cans of some kind of corrosive. The labels were worn and slick, but I could still see the warnings. Alright. The warnings of expiration, and they've probably gone past due. The ladder. It looked like a cage. It was small, but there's something coating the bottom. Something wet. Yeah, it looks a little bit like blood, but I could be wrong. Rusted hooks, like the kind you'd find in a butcher, hung from the ceiling. And they look pitted and worn from heavy use. That man upstairs. Did he do this? Some kind of homemade rack, slung together with poorly cut wood and rope. It was caked with old blood. Somebody didn't actually use that. Did they? Well, who's to say? Just how far along is this bunker? Jesus. Went through like 3 levels or 3 flights of ladders. Some kind of old boxes. They look like they were years old. Wait a minute. These boxes had old clothes in them. Clothes I remember throwing out after Rachel and I moved to town. What the hell were they doing here? Who knows? We scared the bats. We scared them. The power of light. I have the power! Okay, carrying on. Gotta keep moving forward with the power. I remember noticing the broken ladder. I had to be careful. Okay, so the ladder's broken. What? There was a rope hanging there. I wasn't sure how sturdy it was. Did I take it? Yes. Maybe the rope would make that broken ladder easier to descend. Hey, were you talking? Were you talking shit about me? Talking shit about me? You're so lucky there's a wall between us. You're so fucking lucky there's a wall between us. I don't take shit from nobody! Nobody! Nobody at all! Look what happened to the man who didn't give me my grilled cheese sandwich. Yeah. You don't want to know what happened to him. Not even remotely. Like, what was done to you, I would do 10 times worse. That's how bad it was. That's how bad it was. Just so you know. Good day. There must have been a use for it somewhere. Okay. This thing popped up, so I thought it was, like, useful, but I guess not. And I don't really see anything else to do. We moved the bats, so they're now up here. Yeah. I'm through this door, right? This is where we came from? Yeah, this is where we came from. Okay, making sure. I got lost for a second there. But we're good. We're good. Time to descend. The rope I found would have let me climb down the broken ladder safely. Did I climb down? Yes. I could hear a faint hum, and the smell from before started to get worse. A hum, huh? A bunch of old newspapers, wheat pasted together. A message had been hastily smeared on it. Keep out! Danger due to cave-in. Oh, great. That sounds great. $10 we have to go through it. Well, it's very loud in my ear, and the volume is actually turned down low for my end, and that was very loud. Jesus. I can still feel a faint impression of the rope I had slid down as I pressed against the heavy metal door. It was probably for the best that I hadn't jumped. The ache in my leg was bad enough as it was. If I could have, though, I would have run straight out of those awful tunnels. Who would keep such a place? At least, I thought, I had found that old handgun. It seemed to work, and from the smell of it, it had been used already. I kept the gun in my pocket. It seemed a familiar weight there. An exposed ventilation shaft. Maybe someone crawled through there? But it was so high up. But it was so high up that it must have been a sore landing. Nah. There was dirt on the ground. It looked wet and there was grass smeared within it. Okay, fair enough. Something to go right, but what's up? What's going on with up? Disgusting. It was a mess of filthy garbage bags. There were rips and tears in most of the bags. What looked like an old videotape was sticking out. Did I take the tape? Sure. I wasn't sure what I hoped to discover within the tape, but I took it anyway. there's anything on top. Yeah, nothing on top. Alright. I could hear a faint trickling sound like water. What was that? Exit! Let's just leave. A kitchen knife, covered in drying blood. Thinking about it made me sick. I didn't even want to touch it. Did I take the knife? Fuck yeah, you take everything. I slipped the knife in my boot since I had the gun in my pocket. Did I really need all this? Yes, you need everything. We're gonna be a fucking hoarder. That's how it works in video games. You hoard everything. Okay, that made me jump a little bit, but okay, I think we're fine. Let's see. Door was locked. There was a musty smell from inside. I wasn't sure, but I thought it was some kind of regulator. I had no idea how it worked. Okay. Wonder if some machinery is on. At first I thought that noise was like something breathing, like but no, because it keeps doing it, I think it's a machinery of some sort. I wasn't sure what those valves were for. Did I turn it anyway? Let's hold off for now. Let's make sure we're not doing anything stupid. Okay, another valve. Valve. Let's see. There are symbols next to the numbers. I wonder if that has something to do with the exit. This one has nothing. No. Okay, so these aren't important, it looks like. Okay. There's not... Maybe? I don't know. I don't know if I want to mess with that just yet. Let's see if it has anything to do with the exit. I feel like it would. There was a rusty ladder sunk into the water, which smelled disgusting. I knew I couldn't climb down that. Maybe I could find a way to drain the putrid water. Okay. For some reason, the clicking would not work. That was weird. Okay, so this is where the valves come into play. Yep, kind of figured it had something to do with the exit, but I had to make sure. That is locked. So... yes, let's turn it. Let's just turn all of them once and see what happens. So I'm not really seeing a pattern. Okay, turn it. Yes. Yes. And... yes. Okay, let's see how well that worked. Probably killed us all. I don't know. We'll see. Door's still locked. Alright, fair enough. No! Oh, is there an actual puzzle? Alright, so, wait. Okay, so what's the puzzle then? I'm confused on what the puzzle would be. I'm not... like, I see these brown things, but I don't quite understand how they work, because 1 and 2 don't have those. At least I'm not seeing them. And there's one there. Okay, that did not work. The water flow, okay, return to it off. Hmm. Ah, okay, the sound. Okay, I see. Let's keep turning it until he says you can't turn it anymore. This one made that noise. Okay, yeah. Hopefully that did the job? Hopefully, because I'm confused with this puzzle then, if that's not the case. Alright, water. Be gone! Yes! Thank you. Thank you! Thank you. It looks like the water drained out of that grate in the wall. There's a small metal key left floating in the shallow pool of the rancid water. Did I take it? Okay, so this is all keyboard. Okay, I'm slowly understanding. You don't need the mouse. But why did the mouse work then for the couple of times? The mouse is no longer working. So confused. I pocketed the small key, but it was so odd-shaped, I had no idea what it might open. Well, I'm sure we'll figure it out eventually. The safety poster had definitely been better days. Has definitely seen better days. How old was that facility? Door was locked. I could see a faint light within. Hello! I have a light too! Nobody got me my grilled cheese sandwich! But it's okay, you don't have to get it for me. This place stinks. I've kind of lost my appetite because of it. I'll be going now! I bid you the best! Hope everything works out for you. I hope nothing kills you or murders you. Goodbye! Let's see. 2 doors. There was a security camera in the room. There must have been a way to see what happened. Maybe the VHS tape I found could be useful. I found another dead body. A sewer worker. With wounds all over his face and body, I figured he'd been stabbed repeatedly. There was a key ring sticking out of the man's pocket. Did I take it? Yes. I thought about the knife I had found with some disgust as I carefully picked the keys from his pocket. I was almost worried that he was going to grab me. Oh yeah, that's always scary in games like this. Just you think they're dead, but then they grab you and you scream your heart out because you were not expecting that. There's a hint of fresh air here. It must have been near an exit. I wondered, what did that key I found on the sewer worker do? And what was on the videotape I found? Well, one way to find out. This must have been the other end of that ventilation shaft. Whoever used it could have gone past that flooded room with this. Yeah, that sounds about right. Alright, so they came down, went through the ventilation, and then breezed through. Alright. Made my way up the ladder as best I could on my leg. Would I really need that gun or that knife before the end? Yes. I wonder what was on that VHS tape I found, or in that locked room. Should I have gone back to check? My head was buzzing with questions and tired thoughts as I ascended the ladder. Oh wait, we did get a key, didn't we? Oh, can we go back and maybe see if it unlocks the door? Maybe. I want to check now. Suddenly, as I lifted the heavy lid above me, I could smell fresh and old pine trees. Can I go back? Can I go back? Oh shit, tell me I could go back. Oh, I didn't even think about that locked door. The lid had fallen on the entrance there and was stuck shut. Fuck. Damn it. Oh well. No biggie. Not a big deal. If I was really curious, I could just go replay this and figure out what that was. No ladder leading up to an ancient water tower. The ladder needed to be extended so I could climb it. Did I extend the ladder? Yes. I popped the latch and brought the ladder down. So I'm gonna go this way though. There's a door. There's another door. I didn't mean to go through that door. I tried the little key I had fished out of the murky puddle in the sewers. It fit, and I heaved open the rusty door. Man, that creak is a little bit unsettling. Ugh. The wind was picking up a bit. The night air had becoming strangely chilly. Hey, I see eyes. I see you eyeballs staring at me, little fuckers. You want a piece of this? Do I need to tell you the story about the man who did not give me my grilled cheese? Do I need to tell you about the man who did not give me my goddamn fucking cheese? Grilled cheese, to be exact. Yeah, didn't think so, bitches. Oh, did you? Did you? Did you? Did you? Yeah, I didn't think so, bitch. Okay, so this keeps going, but we had other areas I want to explore. Alright, so this water tower. Let's go up. Bye, bats. Get the fuck out of here. What the hell? Did you guys see that end? Looks like somebody just exploded out of this thing. Just boosh! In a patch of smeared dirt and grass, there was a beat-up old wallet. I thought it was mine. Did I take it? I slipped the filthy wallet into my back pocket. I noticed it didn't contain any kind of gun permit. In fact, it didn't contain any cards or ID of any kind. I thought I should have recovered my credit card and driver's license at least. From the railing, I could see over the woods and down to the entrance to the sewers. Had I come through there before? If I did, someone definitely could have seen me. You know, this guy is sounding mighty sus, if you ask me. Just a little sus. Just a little. Sorry. Do I go through here, or... there? Well, this one was locked. Oh, Jesus Christ. Sorry, my cat just meowed and it just freaked me out. I'm like, whoa, whoa, cat. Don't scare me like that, Jesus. The old train station was quiet as a tomb. The only sound was that of the increasing wind buffeting the decrepit structure. I don't like options. Stop giving me options, game. Just be straight forward and narrow. An old map is encased in glass hung on the wall. It was the train routes connected to that old station. As I looked at it, it seemed familiar. Of course, the map I found in those tunnels had similar locations marked, and the notes I found on the other man's bookshelf. His notes mentioned the water tower and even this train yard. What was he doing coming back here? I don't know. I don't know anything. What the fuck? The old train was ripped open and hanging from the shred of the metal, as well as the broken fence was a dark stained patch of cloth. It looked synthetic, like some kind of outerwear. Inside the train shell, I could see a few faint impacts, like wounds. Could they have been bullet marks? Was somebody shot there? The ground was well worn, though I couldn't really make anything out. I realized I was touching the gun I had found as I thought. Is it like a work? Oh no, it's that golden thing, okay. Okay, I can't go further beyond here. Okay. Leave that be. Alright, let's check out the other side. The other side. The other side. I don't even know. The ancient ticket booth was falling apart and covered in dust and grime. Sacks of paper lined the counter, faded remains of old schedules and reports. Among the papers were newer-looking sheets covered with scribbles and illegible notes. Come to think of it, the man in that house had kept similar scribbles hidden in his bookshelf, And he had notes on the water tower outside too. I guess he could have been coming here, but why? What was he using this old station for? Not to mention this station looks old, worn, and it's been used the fuck out of it. So, is this place abandoned then? It makes me think that it might be abandoned. There's something here, right? Okay. Alright, explore that train station. Let's go through this way. This must have been the entrance to the forest that was mentioned on that map I had seen. Whoever was poking around in those tunnels underneath that man's house had scribbled notes on this place, but I couldn't make them out. Here the sign pointed out various campsites and walking paths within the woods. It mentioned a river, maybe a washroom, but the rest was too faded to see clearly. Okay. Ah! That's, an area of interest. Okay. More areas of interest. Alright, got 2 of them. Let's go through this one. A dry old picnic table sat lonely amongst the trees. It had carvings and marks from years of previous campers. As I tried to read some of the names and the marks, I idly thumbed the knife I'd found. If I wanted to, I could have carved something on that table. Hold on a sec, she's crying. Hold on.
Hey, you're okay. You're okay.
Sorry, my cat was crying. She was dreaming, and she usually likes to get cuddled whenever she wakes up from a dream. So anyway. If I wanted to, I could have carved something on that table. Did I? Sure. With a few crude strokes, I etched a simple design into the wood. R plus H. I felt like a teenager defacing the table. Tee, I'm a nerd. The path ended in a cold-looking river. I wasn't sure if it was safe to cross like this. Did I cross it? No, let's leave that alone for now. In that darkness, it didn't seem wise to try. Maybe there was another option. Yeah, maybe that other route had something better. Like maybe a boat or a raft we can go on? Highly doubtful, but you know what, let's fuck around and see what we can find. Trampled into the dirt of grass was a plastic card of some kind. I brushed it off and was surprised to see it was my credit card. I wasn't sure if it was still usable, but it was mine. Did I take back my credit card? Yes. I pocketed the credit card. Hopefully I could find my driver's license too. Through the fence I could see a dilapidated outbuilding. Huh. Okay. I wondered if I could find my way around. I can't go through it. Okay. Why am I giving choices? There's a fire pit there. It was still a bit warm, and a few embers still burned at the bottom. 2 folding camping chairs were on the ground. One was knocked over. There were a bunch of cans and beer spilled on the ground. The cheap dome tent slept 2 people. I shone my flashlight inside and can see some bedrolls, 2 backpacks, and a cooler. Okay. No, no, no. Don't what? Don't look? No, no, no. Well, I'm gonna look anyway. Fuck you guys. I play by my own rules. The grimy sink had a small patch in it that looked almost clean. There's a damp-smelling plank leaning against the stall door. I might have been able to cross the river with it. Will I take it? Sure. I managed to carry the plank under my arm so it didn't get in the way. So maybe it didn't say, don't look. I can't tell what it says. Oh, that's a lamp. I thought it was like a beehive or something. I'm like, why is there a fucking beehive here? It's camp. Yeah, that's where I came from. So where's this station? Oh, And where does this take me? There were some personal effects shoved back into the rock. Wait, there's a notebook there too. Did I read it? Fuck yeah. Inside the cheap dollar store notebook was page after worn page of names and lists. None of it made much sense. The newest page contained several names. Heather, Olivia, Ashley, Cheryl, Iris, Daphne, Holly, Rose, Rachel. Hey, there was like a piece of paper that kind of mentioned these names. I mean, now that we have the full list, but the other one was like tattered, so we found it. Rachel. Her name was the last on the list and had a mark beside it in blue ink. The names Daphne and Olivia had been crossed out in the same blue ink. Cheryl, Heather, and Rose had also been crossed out. But these marks looked older and more faded. Jesus Christ. Oh man. Looks like your wife was on or girlfriend was on a hit list, man. Okay, this took me there. I think there was like another bush over here, right? Yeah. Okay, that is the one that took me all the way to here. Yeah, this is it. Okay. Found the river. The plank I found was long enough to form a crude bridge, but I wasn't sure if it would hold. Did I use it? Yes. Whew! No, we did not cross back. Okay. Two bodies, two young women, were half dug into a hasty, shallow grave between the trees. The younger-looking one was still face up, her dead eyes gleaming against my flashlight. They deserve better than that. Did I clean up the gravesite? Yes. I tried to cover them up a bit more, and I closed the younger woman's eyes. I fashioned a crude marker. I wasn't sure why, but I felt I had to do something. Rest in peace, ladies. Rest in peace. Oh, so this is not the way to go. So wait, maybe that noise we kind of heard earlier was the gate falling apart. So maybe that had something to do with it. Okay. Now to find my way back. Oh, fuck. So here. I think. Why can't I get through? God damn it! Is that not it? Okay, so there's somewhere I'm missing then? There's the campsite. Okay. Getting confused where I'm supposed to go. Oh, it's the other side of this. Oh, okay. Then where the fuck am I supposed to go? I'm so confused now. Did I go all the way back out of the forest? This side of the woods. Oh, we found the exit. Okay. We found it. I finally found the exit. Once I left, I knew I never wanted to return there. Yeah, you and me both. The forest started to thin out a bit, and through the trees I could make out parts of the town beyond the first hints of light. The mysteries of that forest were behind me, but I could still feel them on my neck like a warm breath. Those girls I had found. Someone had taken them from their campsite and had murdered them. Was it the same person who had left that odd notebook? I was even more eager to get somewhere safe and to find a way to reach Rachel. Yeah, I might want to save our girlfriend before something bad happens. But nothing's happening, okay. I can get used to that, just trekking along. Do. As I stepped through the gate, I suddenly recognized the auto parts factory where I had worked as a mechanist for all those years. The plant had closed almost 3 years ago now. Times were better then. I thought I could hear a faint rustling behind me. Maybe it was just the wind. Yeah, just the wind. Okay, let's go. What? Let's look here first. I found the body of a security guard, just doing his job, no doubt. His face was covered with blood from some kind of head wound. I wondered, was this flashlight his? Uh-oh. Dug into the ground was a cracked old watch. First my wallet, and now this? Did I retrieve my watch? Yes, put that shit back on. The watch was useless, but I put it on my wrist anyway. Alright. Alright, so good thing we went back there, otherwise we would not have discovered a dead body. That's pretty much what this game is now. Do you want to find a body? Doesn't have to be a live one. One of the lockers hung open. Contents were tossed around, like someone had been looking for something. There's a large power box with 5 lights on it. Cables burst out of the box, shaking off to the other parts of the factory. The metal was starting to wear, and cobwebs had collected on the corners. The box wasn't receiving power. The door was locked tight. It seemed to be connected to the power box inside. Okay. It was locked. There was a little electronic box under the handle. A sign was pasted to the front that said, "Danger, closed for repairs." Okay. Fair enough. Every part of this plant smelled old and rotted. I noticed the old bulletin board on the wall. The board contained yellowed clippings of newspapers, cartoons, and notices. There were notes to and from the guys that worked here. One of them was to Norman, who was one of the older guys on the line. Alright, door. Our old break table. The layer of dust and grime only made seeing this sting more. There's a power outlet. Another one. They're shut tight. There's a rusty looking card slot on the side. Alright. Power panel. Looks like it was shut off. Did I push the switch? Alright, so that requires a card. The open locker was stuffed with dirty work clothes and old boots. There was a photo of a woman taped to the side, but it was scratched out and the face was unrecognizable. Alright, looks like shut off. Did I push the switch? Yes. That one did not turn on. Yes. There we go. Okay. So you need to push it once or twice before it works again. Sounds fair. This is Norman's locker. The door was dented, like someone had punched it. I don't remember him doing that when we worked there. Another panel. Alright, let's push it. A utility shelf crammed with mismatched tools and items. There was a claw hammer on the shelf. Did I take the hammer? Fuck yeah. So I took the hammer and noticed it wasn't as dusty as the rest of the tools on the shelf. Like someone had used it recently. The locker was a complete mess. Hidden at the bottom, though, was a magnetic card. Did I take the card? Yes. Slip the key card out into my pocket. Alright, another panel. Push it again. Huh? What was this thing's problem? Some machinery is working, so that's good. It's probably the one from downstairs, but I'm gonna just test out the key card too. So what's all the way over here? I struck with the hammer. The old wooden boards came apart easily. After I had removed the planks, I left the hammer on the floor. This was my locker, there in the factory. It stank of booze. There was a picture of Rachel on the inside. It looked like it had been torn up. I thought I had taken that picture home when the factory closed. There was a mess of empty booze bottles. I wonder if that man in the house had something to do with this. Sure had a lot of alcohol in his place. can't. But there's the key card. Wait, do we go over here or the key? Yeah, we're right here with the key card, so we might as well explore it. I could pass through this reader. Did I use the key card? Yes. I slid the card through the old reader and turned the handle. There was some kind of ventilation hatch there. It looked like a jump into the room below. My leg hurt enough as it was, but I couldn't see another option. Sure, let's jump. Oh man, my leg hurt like hell! Ooh. Ooh. There was a crumpled up letter on the floor. It had been scratched out heavily and was hard to make out. Did I try to read the letter? Sure. Most of the letter was violently scratched out with what looked to be a ballpoint pen. All I could make out was, "Need to. Just don't. Drinking. Need. Norman." Who's Norman writing to? I stepped out of the factory, glad to be rid of the smell of its memories. I couldn't stop thinking about that room with the bottles in it. Was that guard I found outside really drinking up there? What about Norman? And who had rooted through all those lockers? I couldn't tell where I was as I looked around, but I figured I needed to get to the road to get my bearings. We missed that one room, unfortunately. Oh well. Maybe Norman could help. The store wasn't that far from the turn off to the factory, if I remember correctly. Alright, fair enough. So we're off to see Norman! Norman, my boy, help me out with the situation. What the fuck is going on? Interesting. On the other side of the fence is more doors. Okay. The garbage bin was disgusting. It was a disgusting mess of a rotten food in slick black bags. I saw a thin greenish corner poking out from one of the bags. It was my driver's license. It looked damaged. Did I take it back? Sure. Cleaned the card off as best I could. It looked pretty beat up. I was amazed to have found my credit card, and now this. I tucked the card into my wallet next to my credit card. Got the bare necessities. Sounded like it was going to start raining again. Oh great, no more rain. Make it stop, man. Make it stop. I had entered Norman's place. This was the back of the store that he ran. It was oddly quiet, except for the faint sound of a television. Television, huh? Alright, locked from the inside. Ooh, blood on the keyhole. Oh, that's great. The floor sound rusty as hell, though. What the hell? One of Rachel's old autumn coats hung in a rack? That was Norman's bedroom, wasn't it? What was this doing here? Oh. So the cabinet was a small but impressive collection of hunting rifles, shotguns, and even a few items I didn't think were illegal here. One of the slots on the rack was empty. The gun I found seemed to match the others there. The handgun was Norman's. What the hell was he doing with it? The gun would fit there. Did I place it back in the cabinet? Sure. I carefully pushed the piece back in place and felt a great burden lifted. A close call. Interesting. And there are supposed to be multiple endings to this game, as far as I'm aware of. I'll just be dealing with whatever one we get. I think that's more fitting, because I'm not too sure how to get a good ending, or if there even is one. I'm not too sure, but... There's blood. Let's figure out what's going on. Oh no. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Norman! My coworker, one of the few friends I had in this town, lay dead beside his armchair. His face and shirt were covered in blood. It looked like he'd been shot trying to get up. His eyes were wide with shock, but they were already drying. Norman, what was Rachel doing here? Why did you have her coat? Norman, maybe you deserved better. You probably did. Did I close his eyes? Yeah. I closed his eyelids down, shivering as I did so. I wasn't sure if I wanted to give him peace or if I just couldn't stand to think anymore about what was going on. Alright, does this have a VHS thing? The TV still flickered some indecipherable channel. No, it won't. Okay. I guess I had to do that back at the sewer area. Oh well. Whatever, no big deal. I guess this was Norman's kitchen table. He kept it clean enough, but there were water rings with 2 cups still there in the wood. The kitchen trash bin smelled fresh. I didn't dig through that mess, did I? Yes. I found a hairpin amongst the rotting food and trash and pocketed it. Oh man. Rachel, why? I lost my job and came depressed. Come on, man. You can't do this to me. I'm losing everything. I'm losing my mind. I used the hairpin to pick the lock. The hairpin snapped in half, so I threw it away. Oh, just like they do in the movies. The general store was small, but it was clean. I had the usual things. Postcards, snacks, magazines, and canned goods. I never went there much. Rachel usually stopped by after work if we needed anything. The register was mostly empty, and a fat stack of travel magazines sat beside it. The icebox seems to be unplugged. It must have been off for a while. Most of its contents were half melted. Ugh. Hopefully it's just ice cream, because if it's meat, oh, that's gonna stink. This shit's gonna stink! There were various postcards from the area, especially from the tourist traps. One of the postcards showed an old black and white photo of the water tower. It looked to be in much better shape then. Well, yeah, I can fucking imagine a back in the olden days, it looked fucking good, dude. Norman was dead, but I had no idea why. Was he involved in all this somehow, or was he just another victim? That gun I found only seemed to complicate matters. It was such a relief to finally be rid of it. Home wasn't far off now. Even though the rain was relentless, I had to keep going. It was locked. This wasn't the right gate. Okay. The gate was locked. This wasn't my house. Okay. That was. Hopefully, anyway. Their neighborhood's local post box. Odor was sticking out as if someone hadn't pushed it all the way in. I knew it wasn't right, but... Did I look at the letter? Fuck yeah. There was no return address, but the envelope was addressed to Norman. Carefully I tore it open and looked at the letter inside. It read, "Stay away. She's mine." That was it. No signature, no other information. Ugh. That doesn't bode well for anybody. I'm just kind of randomly choosing stuff. I'd entered our backyard. The rain gave me a terrible sense of foreboding, and it chilled me through my clothes. I was expectant, but also afraid. Okay. I held my breath as I approached our back door. I was terrified to step inside. The house was painfully quiet. The only sound was my own breathing, ragged and strained. I flicked the light switch by the door. The power was off. Wow, that is fucking loud. Jesus. I remembered having breakfast here on this very table. Was that yesterday or sometime before? Who the fuck knows? There was a small pile of mail on the floor in front of the mail slot. How long had I been away? Why hadn't Rachel picked this up? Most of the contents were bills. There was a credit card bill there. Did I open it? Sure. I ripped the bill open and read it. To my surprise, it said something about canceling my credit card due to non-payment. What the fuck? Front door was locked from inside. I couldn't go out through, though I need to see if Rachel was here. Okay. Let's go through this door. It was locked to the basement. Where did I put the damn key? Okay. The door was stuck. There's an old-fashioned keyhole underneath the handle. Okay. A lot of locked doors in our own fucking house. What the hell? I'd found the last missing piece from my wallet. The old photo of Rachel and I stared back at me, reminding me of better times. It didn't make me feel terribly comfortable. Did I keep it anyway? Sure. I placed the photo in my wallet, feeling like I had got part of my life back. Still, the image made me uneasy. Why had I thrown it away? stolen identity? Okay. That's weird. Our television. I had purchased it before I knew I was going to lose my job. I felt pretty guilty about it afterward, but by then it was too late. I can't play the VHS! Aww! Whatever. Whatever. Not a big deal. God, this is so fucking loud. It's not scary, it's just more obnoxious. Our hallway mirror had been smashed. Its pieces scattered around the floor. Okay. Our sink, which needed to be replaced. One of the taps always stuck, but I hadn't got around to fixing it yet. We were lucky enough to get a house with one of those wonderful old clawed-foot bathtubs. Yeah, you really like those, huh? I'm not a big bathtub person. I'm definitely a shower person. Sure, bathtubs are nice and all, but they're not my thing. My laptop had been left on, and only had a tiny bit of power left. On the screen was a website about the old water tower. There's a key in the top drawer of my desk. Did I take it? Sure. I pocketed the key. Alright, so we got a couple of locked doors we need to start exploring. Okay, did I go on this side already? The books there were half mine, half Rachel's. Hey, now that I looked more closely, it looked like the man in that house had some of the same books as I did. There was a suitcase on the bed. It was Rachel's. I remembered it from that trip we took out west. Did I open the suitcase? I wasn't sure what to make of the suitcase contents. Inside were a few days' worth of clothes and some toiletries, and a train ticket. Where was she planning to go? Jesus, what the hell is going on with this game? I wonder if it is related to like multiple endings. Like it builds certain stuff a certain way to go through one ending, but then certain stuff builds up to another ending, and then other stuff builds up to another ending, and so on and so forth. Okay, that is locked. And I locked the basement door. Okay. There were old Christmas decorations in the box. The garbage bags were stuffed with old paint cans and supplies. There's a dirty old key here. Did I take the key? Yes. I took the small key and tried to remember what it unlocked. Oh, the door upstairs, dude. Come on now. We were just there a second ago. There were old clothes, tools, and other things we obviously hadn't thrown out yet. I put up this divider wall last summer so we could create a separate room in the basement. I haven't finished it yet, so the door was stuck and the drywall was poorly installed. I might have been able to break it through if I found something heavy enough. Okay. Let's go back upstairs, go through this door. The grimy key I had found in the basement unlocked the door. It looked like the room had been tossed around. The furniture was a mess. Did somebody break in here? There's an old crowbar on the floor. Did I need to take the crowbar? Yes. Well, it's the heavy crowbar. Appreciate its weight. Hint, hint. Interesting to go downstairs to the basement, only be told to go back upstairs to get a crowbar, then go back downstairs to the basement again. Whatever. Alright. Crowbar time! Did I break through the wall with the crowbar? Yes! With a heave, I swung the crowbar at the wall. I smashed a hole large enough to step through. I stepped through the broken wall, my breath caught in my throat. This was it. Was Rachel down there? Was she okay? Don't look. Well, I'm gonna look. I'm gonna do it anyway. Don't look. Pile of rags had been dumped in the corner. The scent of them was awful and made my eyes water. I was terrified to even touch the pile, to see what lay within. But I knew I had to. I had come this far. After all this searching, after all I'd seen, when I looked within the rags, did I finally find my Rachel? Sure. no. My hands trembled as I pulled back the layers of the cloth. There at the center, under all the dirt and mess, was my beloved, my Rachel. Her arms were bruised all over and slashed repeatedly. Her clothes were ripped and torn, and even through all the sickening blood, it was obvious she had been stabbed to death. Oh, we still had the knife. Okay. The knife I had carried all this way suddenly seemed like a poison. What had happened, Rachel? Who did this to you? I thought about all I had seen and wondered if any of it could help me figure out who had done this. And when I couldn't stay there any longer, I stepped away on shaky legs and made my way back upstairs. Reluctantly, exhausted from my journey, I could no longer resist the urge to close my eyes. Well, that was unfortunate. Maybe I would use some of Rachel's travel books and find someplace to go. It was my wallet within its contents intact. Either I dropped that stuff or somebody else did. Maybe I was sleepwalking again. Or maybe somebody else stole it from me. Norman's store, that forest, the water tower. Was I at those places before? Yes. I didn't see how it could have happened any other way. I must have been the one to lose my wallet and its contents. What does that mean? I don't know, dude. You gotta tell me the story. This was the old photo of that other man and his wife, I assumed. I found it in the house. I recalled those faded remains I had found, deep underneath his house. What had he done there? Well, what did I think? Was that man involved in this whole mess somehow? Sure. Definitely. Those tunnels, the old tools in his house, and the remains of his wife? He wasn't as innocent, that's for sure. So just explore and just talk about stuff? It was the key card I found in the factory, the one that allowed me to slip through the door. It seemed to me that it was probably Norman's. But if that was true, what was he doing back at the plant? Did I think Norman was going back to the factory? Sure. Must have been him. He must have been using the old locker room. The laptop had finally run out of power. Alright. So I'm just going to say yes to everything, because we've been saying yes to everything so far, so might as well. The reflection in that grimy glass was only a shadow, a whisper. I still love the old-time charm of that clawfoot bathtub. Those seemed like cold comfort then. I'm not gonna lie, this music is really pissing me off. Looks like I didn't actually expect a reflection. I felt empty and drained. Well, your Rachel is dead, so I can imagine you feel like shit, dude. Nah, shit. I didn't mean to push space right there. My apologies. Is there anything else? My old office safe sat on the floor. It used a digital passcode to lock. Did I try to open it? Oh, wait. I know what it is. Oh, damn it. I don't know then. I leafed through the notebook I had taken from the forest. In it were the names that had been written down. These people. Those poor girls. Were they the victims of the same person who killed Rachel? I wonder what happened to the other names on that list, or the ones scratched out on the desk in those wet tunnels. So do we go in here and explore more? I'm getting so lost in this house already. There will be no more dinners here. No more chit-chat over breakfast, at least not for us. I must have locked the door. There was no reason to return to the backyard anyway. Alright, fair enough. So that is backyard. Okay. The mail sat there, heaped on the floor. How long had Rachel been lying in the basement? Dude, your wife is dead, dude. That's all you need to know. Jesus. Where have I not been? Okay, there's a safe. I don't other side, so let's see. It was the letter I had taken from the postbox. Who had it out for Norman? Who sent him that letter? It must have been someone from the neighborhood, or at least somebody wanted it to look that way. I wasn't sure what to think. Did he murder Rachel? Yes. Maybe whoever sent that letter wanted to stop him, or did the deed himself. But I was sure it was Norman who killed Rachel in the end. Bastard, Norman. I trusted you. We both did. What was going through your head? Why would you possibly want to do that? Despite his betrayal, Norman got what he deserved. But it wasn't me who killed him. Somebody else obviously had gone to him already. But who sent that letter a threatening letter? I still had no idea what was on that tape I found in the garbage. If only I'd found a way to watch it. From now on, I'd have no one to get angry with me for stupid things like buying this TV. Okay, now that we said it was Norman who killed Rachel, can we leave now? Or do something? It seemed like I had seen all there was. Maybe, I thought, I was ready to go back into the basement. Maybe there wouldn't be anything for me to find. But I had to take a last look. If I was guilty, I could take this to a warm, safe place and do something about it. Did I pick up the knife? Yes. Took the knife and kept it firmly in my hand. Now that I stood there, I realized I couldn't go back into that room again. I had already seen too much. Okay, since I can't go back, go up, I guess. Can I leave now? We know the truth now. We can leave. I knew I needed to escape that nightmare, but what about the knife I still carried? I wondered. Even if I left, would it really be over? So, did I leave that house forever? Yes. Living in this town hadn't been easy. The plan helped in some ways to stay grounded. It kept me in line, gave me something to do, and helped me get away from my past. When the factory closed, everything changed. I guess that was when I had started sleepwalking, disappearing for hours at a time. I had MRIs and piles of doctor's reports, but nothing seemed to help, not even drinking. I swear I tried to give it up. I know it. The sleepwalking never really went away, though. But I know Rachel had tried. I know she had tried to be there for me, even when everything was falling apart. This night had unearthed terrible truths, but I knew it was a final act of long-standing horror I'd been living. Waking up in that house tonight was the final cruelty. I wish I'd remained unconscious in that room forever. It was obvious to me that the man I had found in that house had something to do with all this. Could he have killed Rachel? It started to seem that there were too many things I had seen to think otherwise. Now that I thought of it, those sewers were a terrible mystery. What had happened there? I was lucky in my way to find my way out of there. But I never did find out what was on that tape now that I now kept. What might it have shown me? I like how it keeps taunting the fucking tape at your face. We're like, hey, you forgot the fucking tape, dumbass. Ugh. Rude game. Rude. I'd found the contents of my wallet scattered throughout town. Why the hell had I been out there? Had my sleepwalking gone to some new extreme? I thought that I couldn't account for my whereabouts, but knew I had been to that forest, and even Norman's place. Well, it was terrifying. I didn't know what that meant, but at least I had recovered my things, hopefully, I thought. That would cover my tracks, so I wouldn't be blamed for all this. Even more troubling were those poor girls I had found in those terrible woods. Half hidden in a shallow grave, their secret death seemed like the ultimate defiling. If I hadn't found them, would anyone have done so? Would they have been missed? I vaguely recalled the desk I'd seen in those tunnels, names etched there. Someone had killed those girls. Was it that man? It was clear, at least, that Norman had been going back to the old plant. Maybe he was the one who had boarded up that locker room, who had been drinking up there in that secret hiding place. So, had he killed that guard then? He must have. Maybe he was found out, or that guard had caught him on the patrol. Damn it, Norman, why? After the factory, I thought I might find some solace if I just could get to Norman's store. But all I found were more horrors and more questions. Now that I really consider it, that's when I should have seen it coming. Norman, you rotten son of a bitch. You got what you deserved in the end. I realize that now. I thought we were all friends. What had happened? What did she do to you? was it what she didn't do? I didn't know what happened to him exactly. Maybe he was murdered, or maybe he took his own life. But it was difficult, if not impossible, to feel any real grief. When I had marched through the rain towards home, I desperately clung to the hope that this would end. And I guess in a way it did. But how could I have known how hopeless it all was? I had started to feel as disoriented as when I was sleepwalked, to think of it now. Coming through the back door and into the kitchen should have tipped me off that something was horribly wrong. There's no sound of television, radio, even the air was still. But seeing Rachel there, lying ruined and discarded in the basement, that was a horror I could never imagined. That other man I had found was involved in all this somehow. I knew it. But it was Norman, that traitor son of a bitch, who had done the deed. Whatever was going on, he was the one who took the Rachel away from me. I hated him for it more than I could possibly express. But that offered no strength, no solace. Rachel was gone now, and I was too, forever. I swung open the door and stepped out into the air. I caught the scent of wet grass and fog. Rachel, my beautiful wife. Just the thought of her again, cold and inert, shook me from head to toe. What would I do now? Who could I turn to? It would only be a matter of time before the police got involved, before the neighbors knew. The front lawn was soft and giving beneath my feet, and I couldn't shake the urge that I shouldn't stand there, but rather that I should run. Oh! That just went straight to credits, okay. Alright. Well, that was a nice little game called Home. It was interesting. Really didn't care for it though. Like, it was just meh. Meh. I think their second game, Worse Than Death, was a little bit better, which makes more sense because they made Home first, then Worse Than Death. So, you know, that's the way. Home is dedicated to my wife Nancy. Watch your back. Nice. But anyway, which is the way developers should be making their games, like try to get better and better and better as they go along. So Home, I thought was okay. I don't think it was as good as Worse Than Death. But yeah, if I do recall, there are multiple endings for you to explore, or at least for you to decide. But yeah. Don't think we really got a good ending. I don't think there's an ending where Rachel can live. I don't think so. But I could be wrong on that. But yeah, I'm not gonna bother trying to get a good official ending. Just because, this was okay. Just okay. Just okay. But, regardless of it being okay, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. We still have more, Halloween time. That's the name of the video. We still got more Halloween time to go through. And, of course, I hope you guys enjoy them and watch them as I continue to play them and record them for you. So until then, I am Tara the Fox, you are the viewer, and of course, I hope to see you next time.